I'm sure you're probably wondering about the fate of the head coach. I continue just to think that it's just hard to imagine Jody Allen a year after giving him a 5-year contract extension, moving on, and all of the financial implications that would come with that. And it's so hard to predict what's going to happen because we don't know much at all about the person who was making the decisions. I just think that conventional wisdom would say that it's very unlikely that a coach gets fired after signing a 5-year extension. And like I'm not talking about what should happen or what would be the best course of action for, the long-term future of the organization. I'm just talking about, you just got to realize that they just gave him a 5-year extension with 3 years longer than the previous extension that he got less than a year and a half ago.
3 quick points. One, you'd sort of be surprised if there wasn't a degree of self-preservation mode. I think it would be more shocking if it was still kumbaya in the building between front office, coaching staff, locker room. Some sort of that is to be expected, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's now starting to ramp up, given that these games mean absolute diddly from this point forward. 2, I don't think there would be a decision in terms of change that would be unjustified, whether it's moving on from one of the 3, 2 of the 3, or even rebuilding completely from scratch and building from the ground up and blowing it all up. And then finally, it always is annoying to have to eat money on a contract, but let's not pretend that this is anything other than a drop in the bucket for Jody Allen and whoever's ultimately making these choices in terms of paying out the remainder of Pete Carroll's contract. Unideal and bad PR, sure, but not necessarily something that that can't be the end all be all when it comes to making this decision.